station of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
Last night, the Angels' bats came alive with a season-high 14-hit barrage, leading to an 8-5 victory. Tonight, Ricky Nolasco takes the mound for the Angels as they look for the sweep over the Athletics. A's and Angels, next.
Even with all the struggles the Angels had prior to this homestand, this current homestand for the Angels has turned out to be pretty good so far. 4-2, and tonight they're looking for the series sweep before heading out on the road to continue that Western swing. We welcome you inside the Big A and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West. He's Mark Kubica. I'm Victor Rojas, and one common thread all of a sudden has started to appear for the Angels, and that has been the starting pitching. Not only working deep into the games, but keeping the team in game.
Yeah, Victor, we saw the offense finally responded, but really when you look what the starting staff has done in the last 12 games, it really has been outstanding. Very good quality pitching, not only good pitching, but getting deep into ball games. Tyler Skaggs, back-to-back starts for him where he went 7 very good innings, 2.14 during that stretch of 12 games. It was just the best in the majors since April 15th. Pitching deep in the games, utilizing those off-speed pitches. Ricky Nolasco, his last time out, went 6 innings, very good against that very good offense of the Houston Astros. Did a little bit of adjustment as far as mechanics, a little bit few more days. Look for them to work on that two-seamer and slider combination to get some quick ground ball outs and keep the ball in the ballpark.
The Angels will have their hands full on the offensive side of things. You're hoping that last night can carry over into tonight. Kendall Graveman's coming off the disabled list. He's on the mound for the Oakland A's. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back, relax. We're going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Subaru Impreza. Subaru symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 28 miles per gallon. More than a car, it's a Subaru. By Heffernan Insurance Brokers, insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by your local Southern California Land Rover retailers. Welcome back out to the Big A, getting you ready for the finale of this 3-game set and this 7-game homestand. The Angels have split that 4-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Have taken the first 2 against the A's. We'll see what Ricky Nolasco has in store after getting pushed back a couple of days. Let's take a look at Bob Melvin's lineup for the Oakland Athletics, who are currently at 10-11, tied with the Angels, 4 back in the West. Jeff Decker will lead things off and help patrol center field. Matt Joyce in the 2 spot at right. Jed Lowry at second base. Chris Davison left. Yonder Alonso at first. Ryan Healy will get the start tonight at third base. Trevor Plouffe will DH instead. Josh Fegley behind the plate. So no Stephen Vogt in the lineup. And Adam Rosales batting ninth and playing shortstop. Ricky Nolasco is making his 5th start of the season. 1-2 mark and a 4.76 ERA.
Overall 3-3 in his career versus Oakland with a 3.52 ERA for Ricky Nolasco. Just a little mechanical issue in between starts. Push back, get that arm strong to make sure he's healthy throughout the entire season. Good decision early on for Mike Scioscia to push back Ricky Nolasco to make sure he's strong.
Take a look at the defense that will try to support Ricky tonight. You've got Ben Revere in left, Mike Trout in center, Cole Calhoun in right, the infield, Yunel Escobar and Andrelton Simmons on the left side, Cliff Pennington, C.J. Crone on the right, and it's Juan Gratterall behind the dish.
We've seen Cole Calhoun make some outstanding defensive plays already in this homestand. When you look at 0 outfield assists so far, reason why? They're not running on him anymore. 29 over the last 3 seasons, which ties for the most any right fielder in the game, tied with Jay Bruce, who is now playing some first base for the New York Mets.
New look lineup for the Angels. No Cameron Maben after his 3-hit performance last night. Marte's out of the lineup. Maldonado getting the night off with Gratterall getting to start. It's going to be a long night for both of these clubs. First one tonight is just in off the plate for ball 1. The Angels are going to Arlington to play the Rangers. The A's flying to Houston to take on the Astros beginning tomorrow night. 2 balls and no strikes. Decker hitting .267, a double, a triple, 1 RBI. 1 for 5 game last night with a single. Two and 1. A little warmer tonight than it has been the previous 2 nights. 75 degrees at first pitch. Overcast skies. Very little, if any wind at all, inside the ballpark. You said it was windy outside.
Very windy outside the ballpark. So anything hit high in the air above the stadium might be an adventure.
3-1 count. Full count.
See that good late life on his fastball, the 2-seam fastball for Nolasco. See if you can get back to that mode of getting some ground ball outs.
Joyce on deck. There's a 3-2. Fouled off.
So quite a few long at bats against Matt Shoemaker last night. Some foul balls into the stands. Battled through, got 5 innings in, picked up his first W.
Long look in for Ricky. Another 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to right side. That's Pennington. 1 down.
Not only a ground ball, but he took the sting off the bat towards the end of the bat. Ground ball right to second, and Pennington getting that first out.
Brings up Joyce. Ricky with 22 2/3 innings of work coming into tonight. 27 hits allowed, 17 strikeouts, 3 walks. So he's been around the zone. He's been up in the zone, and that's why he's been hit as hard as he has, especially on the fastball.
It's more that lateral movement instead of that sink move. That was the adjustment he has made in a couple bullpen sessions in between his last start, which was back on April 18th.
Just caught the inside part of the plate, an off-speed pitch. Joyce at 182. It's a breaking ball.
And that's the pitch, the curveball that Ricky wants to establish early on against left-handed batters, and drop that on the outside corner to get the left-handed batter to be out in front and roll over and hit a ground ball in the infield.
1-2. Joyce was in the 8th spot last night. Ended up going 2 for 4 with a double and a 2-run home run. He doubled up on his extra base hit totals last night. Came in with 2, now has 4. This one's fouled and landed the seats.
Right now, if Nolasco feels real good about his fastball, this is a perfect time to throw that two-seam fastball on the outside part of the plate, but keep it down. Especially when you see a swing like that from a lefty and Matt Joyce underneath it, looking for a breaking ball, sneak the fastball by him.
Tied him up. Now with the Angels a couple of seasons ago, he pulls this one over to Crone. Nolasco covered, 2 down.
A good sequence once again. The slow curveball. Matt Joyce out in front, although good numbers career-wise against Nolasco. 417, including 2 home runs. So 2 ground ball outs early here for Nolasco. Good sign.
So it'll be Jed Lowry coming up with the bases clear. .284 average for the switch hitting second baseman. 6 doubles, a home run, 4 runs batted in. Sporting a .349 on base percentage. He'll swing first pitch, drive one out to center. He'll stay in the yard as Trout goes back. Nolasco with a 1-2-3 first. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Escobar, Calhoun, and Trout coming up. Angels come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. The Halos at 11-12, mentioned tied with Oakland 4 games back. We'll have Yunel Escobar leading things off and playing third. Cole Calhoun is in right. Mike Trout in center. Mike with a 10-game hitting streak. Albert Pujols with a 6-game hitting streak himself. He's the DH. C.J. Cron at first, Anderson Simmons at short. Ben Revere gets started left. Cliff Pennington at second. Juan Gratterall batting ninth and doing the catching. And they are taking on the 26-year-old right hitter, native of Alexander City, Alabama, by the name of Kendall Graveman, just off the disabled list.
Power fastball and pretty much all fastballs, whether it's a two-seam or a cut fastball. My go-tos to be successful against Graveman is see fastball, hit fastball. In the top of the order of success, 320 batting average, top 4 in this lineup for the Angels versus Graveman in their careers.
First one to you now. Hey, what do you know? A fastball in for a strike. And Gooby's not kidding, folks. Graveman so far this year has thrown his off-speed pitch 1.1% of the time. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is.
And it's working, though.
That's how special that fastball is.
He was accounted a ball and a strike.
Think of guys that threw a fastball like him. Kevin Brown, Scott Erickson could throw that heavy sinking fastball. Hippolito Pichardo is one of my teammates in Kansas City. You get a lot of outs with a fastball.
And he gets ahead. He also gets ahead early in counts on hitters. He's facing a guy, Yunel Escobar, that is mired in a slump. Although he hit the ball hard last night, nothing to show for it.
Yeah, 5 for 16 against Graveman in his career. And
2 balls, 2 strikes.
It'd be a pretty good matchup for Escobar. He sees a lot of fastballs, especially middle to middle away down. That plays into his swing to right field or up the middle.
Now, since April 20th, he's gone just 1 for his last 25. And that batting average dipped down to 236, and the on base percentage at 292 now.
Well, he just literally rears back and fires that fastball almost every single pitch. He will mix in a cut fastball, so that kind of serves almost as if it's a slider for him. For the majority, two-seam fastballs, 90%. That cut fastball right around 8%.
On the disabled list with a strained right shoulder, 10-day DL. Little dribbler left side. Graveman will glove it.
And even throws hard over the first.
Fastball over to first base, just to make sure the stats back it up. Take a look at the defense for Oakland tonight. It's Chris Davis out in left field. Jeff Decker, center. Matt Joyce at right. The infield with Healy and Rosales on the left side. Lowry and Alonso on the right with Fegley behind the plate.
And the other Crespi product getting the start here tonight at third base. Last season had started 72 of 73 games at third base. Just 5 starts so far this season at third for Healy with 0 errors. He's turned 1 double play.
Cole swings first pitch. Skies went out to right center. Decker calling for it. 2 down.
And with Mike Trout coming to the plate against Kendall Graveman, certainly worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. Game 1 of the season, Mike Trout got a fastball, shocker, fastball from Graveman, and drove it out for a 2-run home run. Stayed on top of that well, a .333 career hitter for Trout versus Graveman.
Mentioned that 10-game hitting streak for Trout. .337 batting average. 7 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, 15 runs batted in.
And I don't blame Cole Calhoun for swinging at first pitch. I mean, he's throwing him a fastball. He knows that's coming. And that 0-0 count when it's put in play against Graveman this year, 600 batting average, 3 for 5 with a home run. Quite a few Trout fans here tonight, as usual.
Par for the course. I think we used that Kevin Brown comparison with Graveman the first time we saw him. 1-2 now.
Similar builds too. Strong drive towards the plate.
A little bit more of a recoiler, right, than Brown was.
Brown would be, and he would land in a little bit different fielding position. But Graveman, as we saw that first play of the game, very good fielder himself. And he's got an edge to him too.
Anytime a pitcher does that move right there, a little chapped at, at the hitter asking for time.
It was perfect timing, that little edge to him.
2 outs and a 1-2 count on Trout.
And it's the shake off, just for fun. I'm shaking off. I'm going to go fastball.
Evens up the count.
See that pretty consistent velocity on his fastball. 96, 97. Perfect view of this battle here between Graveman and Trout.
Yanked foul.
Got to have pretty quick hands to be able to get that barrel out quickly on a fastball running in on you like Trout did. That was running off the plate almost, especially with all the pitches prior to that were on the outside part of the plate.
Borderline pitch goes Trout's way. Full count. Pujols on deck. Graveman, an 8th round pick in 2013 by Toronto out of Mississippi State. He was part of the package of players that came over to Oakland. The Josh Donaldson deal. 3-2 ripped in to the left field. That's headed to the corner. It's going to be a double for Trout. Davis picks it up, fires it back in, and Mike has extended his hitting streak to 11 games with his 8th double of the season.
It was pretty interesting too after that swing again, how Trout was able to bring his hands inside and line that one right down in the corner by the Trout farm. One hop the wall. Good swing from Trout. Graveman goes a fastball once again, running in. Trout did a great job as far as bringing those hands inside, clearing the hips on that power fastball, the timing, the foot down, and then the swing path lines down. But it was interesting after that line drive from Trout, Graveman glared in at Marvin Hudson for not calling that pitch before a strike. Instead, now he's dealing with Albert Pujols with Trout in scoring position.
Albert mentioned a 6-game hitting streak. 11 for 27 on this homestand. Raised the batting average at 247. 2 home runs. Team leader in RBIs was 17. That one misses low. Pujols a 2-hit game last night, going 2 for 5. 1,834 career RBIs, 605 doubles, 593 home runs.
He's 7 away from that magical number 600.
2 balls, no strikes.
And it's interesting, like I mentioned, Graveman was upset that he didn't get that called 3rd strike against Trout before he doubled down the line. Now 2 in a row out of the strike zone against Albert. Before Graveman settles in, this is the time to do some damage if you can.
That's out toward right field. Joyce has to go racing back. It's over his head and off the wall. Trout will come in to score. Albert will stop at first with an RBI single. 1-0 Angels. That hasn't happened all too often, Gooby, with Albert driving it out to right field that way.
Well, you can see Cole looking out there. That was a perfect swing, and not only did he hit it that way, that ball was hit with authority. That was crushed the other way for Albert. Fastball, 2-0 count, looking to drive the ball that way and hit it very hard with some good carry out to right field. Driving in Mike Trout. And 18 RBI off the wall the other way. An impressive swing by the machine.
Albert this year has pulled 76.5% of his baseballs. It doesn't happen too often, especially that way. That was in his prime.
Yep. His
game out toward right center field.
That wall was hurting after that line drive off the wall from Albert.
18th run batted in. 1-0 Halo. C.J. Cron takes a strike, and for Albert, 1,835 career home runs. He's now tied for 16th all time with Rafi Palmeiro.
And we talked about that edge that Graveman has. He's still not real happy about not being in dugout already on a 1-2-3 inning. Instead, he's down by 1 with still a runner on first.
Cron a 208 batting average. Hadn't played in the last 3 games because Marte had gotten the start at first base. That's out toward the alley in right center field. Tough run for Decker. Not going to get there. One hops the fence. Albert keeps chugging around third. He's going to come in to score, and Crone with an RBI double that makes it 2-0.
Another real good swing going the other way against a guy with a power fastball that throws a lot of them away. Stay back, great approach once again for an Angel hitter, and C.J. Crone has to feel good about this swing. Level swing, looking to drive it the other way. Decker trying to make the play. Just one hops the wall, and then with that slight collision there with Joyce allows Albert to come all the way around from first base, just beyond the glove of Decker. But that contact enough to allow Albert to score all the way from first base. So 2 runs in already, and the man in scoring position. C.J. Crone now 3 for 6 in his career versus Graveman.
He had 1 extra base hit coming into play tonight.
Just like we were talking about with Nolasco working on some mechanical stuff, C.J. Crone has been out working on his swing the last few days with Dave Hansen, Paul Sorrento, just to get back to driving the ball to right center field.
Simmons, little pop-up on the infield. Lowry puts it away, and the inning comes to an end. But the Angels get 3 consecutive 2-out hits, double, single, double to take a 2-0 lead as we head to the second. Still upset at the non-strike 3 call on Mike Trout. Ends up giving up 3 straight 2-out hits, Gooby.
Yeah, he had that. We talked about that edge he has as he's walking off the mound. He was glaring at Marvin Hudson. He felt that that pitch he threw 2-2, the Trout, should have finished off the inning. Instead, Trout doubles, Albert doubles, and Crone, or Albert singles, I should say, and then Crone doubles. 2 runs scored.
Nolasco with a 2-0 lead facing Chris Davis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis, Alonso, and Healy for Oakland here in their half of the second. Chris Davis 1 for 3 last night with 2 walks and a single. .275 batting average. A lot of thunder in that stick for the former Cal State Fullerton Titan. Seven home runs, 12 runs batted in. Just inside enough. This one lifted out to left center field. Trout calling for it. That's a carry, didn't it?
That's a pretty good indication how strong he is. He got jammed to go that far.
1 down. Hey, get your red on. The 20-game flex plan offers a variety of game options to choose from, including premium matchups and popular promotional giveaway nights. Buy your flex plan today at angels.com/ticket plans or by calling 888-796-HALO. Alonso swinging the bat well to start the season. Fastball upstairs. 286 average for the first baseman. Hit his 4th home run last night. Ended up going 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in.
Trying to create more lift in his swing. 8 extra base hits, 4 home runs, 4 doubles.
Bounces this one foul. If you get a chance to go to playerstribute.com, Yonder Alonso wrote a piece for the site earlier this week. And basically what it was a letter from his older self to his younger self about his trek, his family's trek, leaving Cuba and coming to the United States. A fascinating read. Kind of give you a little perspective of what it's like or was like for a lot of those folks leaving the island.
How difficult the challenge was is to get here and to be successful here and what he's been able to do in his career.
Just like the way he did it, though. He's just kind of telling the story to his younger self. Pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Velasco behind in the count, 3-1.
Good fastball there, and a fastball count. Feeling good right now for Velasco. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Got it by him. Came right back with another 4-seam fastball upstairs.
Three-2. Breaking ball hit towards second. 2 down.
Three ground ball outs in the game for Velasco. 2 fly ball outs.
Healy DH the first 2 games of the series. Gets a start tonight at 3rd. Plouffe serving as the DH. Breaking ball hit toward the middle. Simmons can't get it. So it's a 2-out single for Ryan Healy. His first hit of the series.
So you can see what they're trying to do against Healy. Break a ball. This one, instead of going down and away, stayed in the middle part of the plate, lower part of the strike zone, but didn't get down and away in which he wanted to. He was able to ground that one up towards the middle. Just got it by Simmons, which never seems to be easy to do, get by Anderson Simmons.
Yeah, that in itself is an achievement.
Yeah.
So man on. Velasco will work from the stretch for the first time, and it's Plouffe at the plate. Trevor, 221 batting average, has 4 home runs, 9 RBIs. Take the spinner in there for a strike.
That hit by Healy, now 5 for 11 in his career versus Velasco.
Halo striking for 2 at the bottom of the first. Trout, Pujols, and Crone, 3 straight hits. Just a little bit low.
Well, the one thing we've seen from Marvin Hudson behind the plate, he's not calling that lower part of the strike zone, whether it's just barely just below or touching. We saw that with Graveman in the bottom of the first there. Pretty close pitch again.
Good breaking ball. Evens up the count. Yeah, Hudson by the plate. Toby Basner first. Mike Machlinski at second. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, over at third. His friends call him Penny.
All his friends do.
Not Little Penny. That's Hardaway's.
Yes,
his buddy.
That was an outstanding commercial back in the day.
And Jerry's a big dude.
Yes, yes, he is.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Healy at first. Down goes Bloof, and we will head to the bottom of the second with the Angels leading it 2-0. Second inning. 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Angels. Wrapping up this homestand. Halos heading to Texas to take on the Rangers beginning tomorrow night. 3-game set. Off day on Monday. And then begin the series against the Seattle Mariners on Tuesday night up at Safeco. Ben Revere leading things off. It's upstairs. Ben getting the start tonight up left. 5 for 31 this year with 2 doubles and an RBI.
One thing that's important too is to try to add on right away before Graveman can settle in. Offense with 14 hits and 8 runs last night already. 2 runs on 3 hits.
Angels in the midst of 20 consecutive games before their off day on Monday. 1-1. Eighth career start for Graveman against the Angels. 2-1. A 3.32 ERA. Second start of the season.
I think my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful against Oakland and Graveman. A little Tesla. Hang tough on that fastball. As you see right there, we saw Trout with a good swing. Albert, C.J. Cron. Not easy to do so, but you know what fastball's coming. He will run that fastball in. He will cut it in against the left-handed batter, but you got to stay. And the approach is hit the ball the other way against that tough fastball.
No omissions, key to the game. I like it. 2-2. Down the left field line. Chris Davis racing over, ball slicing away for a moment. A nice play by Davis going into the slide. 1 down, robbing Revere of perhaps a couple of bases.
Yeah, that would have been real interesting if Davis wasn't able to run that one down. We talk about his power to drive the ball, but that's good speed, good angle he took to run that one down. Off left-handed bat, it's going to drift away from me as a left fielder. And that's going to be a fair ball. If he doesn't make that play, that's going to go down in the corner with that speed of Revere. What a play by Chris Davis. And a three-pointer.
Oh, nothing but net.
Yes. Maybe did that for his Splash Brothers. Golden State.
Cliff Pennington starting second baseman tonight, 2 for 14 on the season with 1 RBI. One RBI, big one, the capper in the 9th inning against the Seattle Mariners. Crazy comeback. 1-1.
Nine comeback victories for the Angels this year.
Trying to push a bunt. That was a cutter in on the hands on a 1-2 count. Pennington goes down. That's recorded as a strikeout.
Yeah, you can see exactly where that got right in on the hands as he's looking at his hand. Hand going back to the dugout. Ran that one right there. Looked like it got the fingers.
Ooh.
He tried to push that one down. That cutter in right on the top of the fingers.
Juan Gratterall starting to catch it tonight. Bounces one back to Graveman. A starter has himself a 1-2-3 second. We're headed to the third with the Angels up 2-0.
Top of the third, and now it's time for the Coors Banquet timeless moment. Back in 1998, Finn the win. Chuck Finley won at Baltimore for his club record 14th straight W. The record still stands. Started that streak back on July 1st of 1997 for Finn. 14-0 during that stretch of 17 games. ERA 2.18 for Chuck Finley. Very good golfer too, by the way.
Yeah. Sure is. Never a dull moment with Finn.
No.
Ever.
Ever.
I've known him since I was 18 years old.
Talking about one of the all-time greats there.
Yeah, the Angels were making him a starter, and he went to winter ball and played for my old man in the Dominican Republic. So just imagine, Finn's like, just imagine a real young Finn back then. Just a great guy. 8-9-1 for Oakland here in the third. Fagley, Rosales, and Decker. Ricky with a strikeout, 1 hit allowed. 1-1. Fagley hitting .217. Backup catcher to Stephen Vogt. 9th game on the year. Has a home run, and that was 2 nights ago. Pinch hit home run. Gave the A's a 1-0 lead in the 10th. This is bounced to third. Angels, of course, eventually tied it up. 1 as Escobar almost commits his, 5th error? 6th error. He's got 5 errors already. Again, everything's on the throw.
Yeah, and it comes down to when he has too much time. When it's a quick play, that throw is always right on the money. But see, time to gather, and it always seems to drop that elbow, and that baseball runs. And Cron able to stretch and keep that foot on the base again. I'll tell you what, C.J. Cron is really starting to develop into a very solid defender at first base. You saw it in spring training, the hard work he put into it. Really starting to show.
Adam Rosales, a shortstop. .295 batting average. 4 extra base hits, 6 RBIs. 15th game for Rosales. Simeon on the shelf. Two balls, 1 strike.
It's a good life on his fastball tonight for Nolasco.
And it's not as if he hasn't lived with the fastball. It's just his command, the location of that fastball for the first 4 starts hasn't been where he's wanted it to be. Well, that's pretty close. Did not go.
That was real close to going too. See if he did cross the plate. Yep. And one thing, you mentioned that velocity on the fastball for Nolasco. Not only it's you're seeing 91, 92, 93, but it's the life at the end when it's crossing the plate. A lot of times it will drift out over the plate, run to the barrel, but this has some late life, whether it's sinking or it's even cutting as it crosses the plate. Important for Nolasco.
Got him. Rosales, emergency hack, unable to catch up to it, 2 down.
And that's a firm 4-seam fastball from Nolasco. Stayed true to that outside part of the plate. Stayed back on it well. Drove that front leg towards the plate. The back leg on that pitching rubber to create that leverage. Shoulders squared up. Good rotation, a 4-seam fastball to get it by Rosales, who's a pretty good high fastball hitter.
Decker pulls one over to first, backhanded by Cron. He'll wave off Ricky in a 1-2-3 third. 2-0 Halos. We'll get the top of the order coming up. Cinco de Mayo with your Angels on Cinco de Mayo. That's May 5th, by the way, as they take on the Houston Astros at 7:07. Fans in attendance will receive maracas.
Yes.
I was waiting. That's your cue for the maracas. Anyways, while supplies last, for more information on the maracas, courtesy of Chronic Tacos. But Angels.com/promotions. Playing the air maracas in the booth. I love it. Yunel Escobar 0 for 1, come back to the mound in his first AB. Missed inside. Chopper toward third, and that is foul. Really loving it on the other side of the line. Calhoun on deck, then Trout. Angels getting 3 straight 2-out hits in the first to score their 2 runs. That's out toward left. Davis has to move over. Tracks it down for the first out.
Off-speed pitch there from Graveman. So far, 40 pitches thrown in this game. Graveman has thrown 35 fastballs. Which is right now at 88% for Graveman.
Cole saw 1 pitch in the first inning, hit a fly ball to right center.
That's the first off-speed pitch he's thrown on the first pitch. He's had faced 10 batters, all 10 first pitch fastball. That time, changeup. Back-to-back changeups. He's got pretty good movement on his changeup.
Alonso's got the skimmer. 2 down.
And now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks, with Mike Trout coming to the plate, going back to that first inning on a very close pitch here from Kendall Graveman against Trout. Looked like it got close to getting that lower part of the strike zone. Graveman not happy about that. Then Trout lines that double. You see that reaction to Marvin Hudson. Felt that he made a perfect pitch, even walking off the mound after that inning. Still not real happy about that. Instead of being through the inning 1, 2, 3, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs.
Trout's up. Camera's up.
Pretty amazing how many people, how many fans want that opportunity to see something special from Trout.
2 balls, 1 strike.
The only other player that I remember that was every time Bo Jackson came to the plate, the expectations of him doing something that you may never see again.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Graveman settling in. Mike extended his hitting streak to 11 games with a double into the left field corner of the first. Reaching for it. Slicing away from Joyce and into the seats. A little pop-up. Jed Lowry out of the outfield grass, puts it away, and Graveman retires the side in order. 3 complete here at the Big A. It's 2-0 Angels. The score of 2-0. Ricky Nolasco coming off a 1-2-3 third. He'll face Joyce, Lowry, and Chris Davis here in the 4th.
A big inning right now for Nolasco. Second time through, especially the mid part of a lineup that a couple guys with success against him.
Joyce grounded out to Crone his first time up.
Fastball in, just missed the inside corner. Good slow curveball to start the at bat against Joyce from Ricky Nolasco.
To a count.
Splitter that just drifted away. Throwing quite a few more split finger fastballs, using that as his off-speed pitch. Making the fastball that much better. Splitter's been about 80-81. Fastball's 90-94. Good differential in the speeds.
Bouncer right side, Nolasco off the mound. 1 away.
Second baseman is number 8, Ken.
6 ground ball outs for Ricky. And that's the one thing that has been lacking for him. Ground ball percentage has been down for him. He's so good after the trade from Minnesota coming over to the Angels. As he faces Lowry. Lined out to center in the first. Swing first pitch here. Drive one out toward right center field, and this one's going to go off the fence. Calhoun plays it cleanly off the wall. Lowry in at second with a double. So Lowry's seeing 2 pitches. Loud out, Loud double.
Mentioned those numbers career-wise: 3 for 8. Coming in the game now 4 for 10 for Lowry against Nolasco. Mislocation. Drives out one of the wall. Fortunate enough, stays in the yard. And Cole played this one well off the wall. In position to throw and try to get that first outfield assist. Lowry able to slide in for his 7th double of the season.
Davis hit a fly ball to center to second. Oakland last night 2 for 6. Men in scoring position, 2 for 8 in the series.
And a good slider. Didn't quite get that one far enough away. Got away with that breaking ball. Even saw by the reaction from Nolasco, he knew he missed the spot. Work ahead 0-2. You want to go a little bit further off that corner.
Like he was anticipating another breaking ball.
And a quick conversation. You want to go break a ball once again, or are you going to try to paint a fastball away? And even though you would think it might not be a bad time to run a fastball in, and still what we've seen from the swing and from Chris Davis in this series, he's really opened up that front hip. He still wants that pitch on the inner half, and he's quick enough to do damage even off the plate in.
Good off-speed pitch. Down goes Davis. 2 down. Third strikeout.
Big, that was a great conversation for Gratterall and Nolasco, and he said right away, he pointed back to him after he got the strikeout, that split finger fastball to get the swing and miss. Great decision. Good downward action on that splitter.
Alonso grounded out his first time up. He'll loop one out toward right center field. Cole racing over, not going to get there. It'll fall in. Lowry comes in to score. And Alonso picks up the 2-out RBI. And Oakland's on the board. It's 2-1 Angels.
It was almost like a knuckleball out there to the outfield. Off the bat, you thought the way the angle that Cole was taking that the ball would hang up for him, but then it kind of went away from him. Towards the end of the bat, a big swing from him. See how it just kind of drifts away, knuckles away from Cole, and falls in for an RBI single. 14th RBI for Alonso. Again, trying to create more lift. You can see that swing. He got it off the end of the bat, but still strong enough to get a hit in the right center field.
So Healy will come to the play with 2 outs. Fastball in. Healy had a base hit with 2 outs in the second. 2-1 Angels in the 4th. That's out toward left field. Revere got a good jump on it. He will track it down. for the third out.
That's that solid defense in the outfield. Ben Revere with that speed run down a shot from Healy. And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by the new 2017 Kia Sorento with Albert Pujols at the plate. And an RBI single back in the first inning. Career number 1835, tying Rafael Palmeiro for the most RBI by a player born outside the U.S. for Albert Pujols with that single in the first, 16th on the all-time list for Albert Pujols.
7-game hitting streak now for Albert, 18th RBI of the season. Pujols, Cronin, Simmons. It's Kendall Graveman. That's line to right. Joyce is there. One away.
And again, although that's an out, that's still a good swing for Pujols. That's 2 baseballs hit hard that way tonight.
Cron with an RBI double in the second double of the year, 3rd run batted in. Eight in a row retired by Graveman since Cron's double in the first.
.36 strikes, the 55 thrown from Graveman.
Broken bat flare, and this is going to fall in. So Cron with a 2-hit game. And when you're going as slowly as Cron has gone to start the season, you'll take those type of numbers.
Yeah, but you still like what he's trying to do, his approach right now. He's thinking that side of the field, middle to right center field. That allows the baseball to travel where you can read the baseball and the spin a little bit better towards the end of the bat. But still, the thought process for Cron is hitting the ball the other way. He's getting his foot down. He's keeping that head still. You saw earlier in the season when he was struggling, they had a lot of movement in his head. His front hips were opening up. Didn't have quite that plate coverage that we've seen so far tonight.
And Middleton popped out his first time up. Came in batting 300. 5 extra base hits with 7 RBIs. Two, 3, 4 talking things over. Bouncer. Rosales has got it. Turns into an inning-ending double play. 4 complete here at Angel Stadium. Halos leading it 2-1. Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by Hyundai. There's no better time to buy a new Hyundai than now. See your local Hyundai dealer. Visit buyhyundai.com. Top of the 5th inning, Halos up by the score of 2-1. The bottom third of the order coming up for the Athletics to face Ricky Nolasco, who has 3 strikeouts, 3 hits allowed. Gave up the double to Lowry and then the single to Alonso to get Oakland on the board in the 4th inning.
A nice play by Ben Revere to finish off that top of the 4th, though. Ran down that shot by Healy.
Trevor Plouffe, a strikeout victim in the 2nd.
Really mixed up his pitches tonight, from his curveball we saw there to his split finger fastball has been good. Slider sharp, fastball command pretty good also tonight for Nolasco. So far in this game, when he's got 2 strikes on a batter, 14 to the 16 batters with 2 strikes on him, he's able to throw a strike. Now you're trying to get that strike right here to finish off Plouffe as quick as possible, keep that pitch count manageable.
That breaking ball that misses wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball toward a hole at short. 1 down.
And a good play by Anderson Simmons. Backhand, quick throw to the first. That's 7 ground ball outs in this game for Nolasco.
Bagley grounded out to Escobar. in the third inning. Oakland with 3 hits, the Angels with 4. 2 runs in the first for the Halos, 1 in the fourth for Oakland.
Well, 3 flyouts along with 3 strikeouts for Nolasco.
And tonight, in comparison to his previous 4 starts, he's coming down the hill towards the plate as opposed to kind of spinning off towards the first base area.
And credit Charles Nagy noticing that and going down and working down the bullpen to keep him better balanced.
Yanked foul. Evens up the count.
When you stay a little bit longer over that pitching rubber, you can work downhill more effectively. There's Charlie Nagy.
Broken bat, little flare out to shallow left, and Simba, of course, will hunt it down. 2 down.
Talk about some serious coverage into the outfield on pop-ups. So used to Simmons going back. It always takes that perfect route to go back to run down a baseball. Tracks down, leaps up. Another good play for Simba.
Rosales struck out of the third.
Well, 18 batters faced in this game for Ricky Nolasco. 14 first pitch strikes. Good slow curveball at their fastball. First pitch strike.
Good tempo, good pace. 70 pitches as we play here in the 5th. 1-2, got him. Blew the fastball by Rosales. Strikeout number 4 for Ricky, and we'll head to the bottom of the 5th with the Angels up 2-1. to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Halos leading it 2-1 as we begin the bottom of the 5th inning. 7, 8, 9 against Kendall Graveman. And Revere takes a strike. Revere robbed of potential extra bases in the 2nd inning by Chris Davis. A slicer down the left field line. 0 for 1 tonight. So starting left fielder.
.61 pitches for Graveman. 50 fastballs.
One line to center. That'll get down for a base hit.
Good piece of hitting there by Revere.
And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
I wonder if the Angels will try to manufacture a run here with that speed of Revere. 4 career pickoffs for Graveman. He does have a quick move. Not easy to steal against also. Very quick to the plate. Slide step. He's allowed 1 stolen base in 1 attempt. In his career, he's allowed 15 stolen bases in 22 attempts. So again, a fastball pitcher, especially lower part of the strike zone, better to put a hit and run on, because you can hit the ball on the ground and hopefully go through a spot where an infielder has vacated his position.
Revere's on the move, a little hit and run action. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Ben keeps on chugging to third, and the Angels have runners at the corners to lead off the bottom of the 5th.
That's a good decision for Mike Scioscia to put that on. Flared in perfectly by Pennington. First to third in business here. Drew has to track and see that ball down, quickly does so and cruises into third base. And the signs going through now for Oakland with Fegley behind the plate of a potential safety squeeze put on here. In other words, a safety squeeze is what you make sure as a third base runner that the ball is down in the grass. Suicide squeeze, you're just going.
Trying to punch one to the right side. No balls at a strike. Grounder ball, bounce one back to the mound in the 2nd, so he's 0 for 1. Ground ball back to the mound, and they've got Revere in the rundown. Graveman trying to send him back to third base and gets tagged out, and then he tags out Pennington for a double play. Not sure.
Unassisted double play.
I'm not sure why Pennington's trying to go to third base in that situation.
Well, Ben Revere was trying to stay in a long enough rundown to allow him to do so. But Graveman did everything perfectly well in this play. The one thing you don't want to do is go on contact when the ground ball is back at the pitcher. And he runs him down and runs him back, applies the tag, and then you see Pennington sliding in, and then a tag applied by Graveman. That's exactly textbook as far as running him back to make sure that Pennington couldn't get the third.
So 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Man at first, 2 outs now. It's a 1 unassisted double play.
Well, you say you go to the ballpark to see something different every day. You don't see that too often. Especially when you have 1st and 3rd and no outs. Looking to add on, but Graveman helps himself out. by fielding his position.
So Escobar will bat with 2 outs and a man at first base.
Escobar did not like that call on the fastball. It looked like it was a little bit off the outside corner. Well, what a change of events on that play by Graveman.
He now is 0 for 2. A bouncer back to the mound and a fly ball to left.
And that went off the leg as he tried to drive that low fastball.
One ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Calhoun on deck. Just missed off the plate.
And the conversation with Dino Ebel with Pennington. I've honestly never seen that before. One unassisted double play.
Maybe on a National League when you've got a pitcher coming to the plate, maybe try to take that chance, but top of the order coming up. Adderall's on the move. Escobar fouls it off. So reset it, do it again.
And Dino Ebel was talking to Ben Revere there also. I think the bottom line is the Angels are very good with the contact play on, but with no outs, you want to make sure that ground ball gets by the pitcher first and foremost. But I like what I saw from Dino Ebel, the bench coach, going to Ben Revere first. And Pennington to explain that play and what you're supposed to do as a base runner.
Gratterall will take off once again. Escobar goes down swinging. And the Angels are done here in the 5th. We're off to the 6th inning. It's a 2-1 Angels lead. meet on baseball's hallowed ground as the Cubs take on the Red Sox at Fenway. Then the Angels take on the Texas Rangers. It all starts Saturday at 1 Pacific on FS1.
Well, that should be a lot of fun there at Fenway with the Cubs going into town. And the Angels taking on the Rangers. They're starting to play better baseball themselves. Big doubleheader on FS1.
Ricky Nolasco, 71 pitches so far, 5 innings, 4 strikeouts, no walks. Top of the order for Oakland here in their half of the 6th inning. Decker, Joyce, Lowry.
You remember that very good defensive plays yesterday by Anderson Simmons changed momentum. Graveman with an outstanding defensive play himself, getting 2 outs by himself. Very important top inning here for Nolasco and the Angels.
Decker 0 for 2, twice is grounded out to the right side of the infield.
Good split finger fastball there from Nolasco.
Two. Popped him up. One down. Hey, register your little angel for the 2017 Junior Angels Kids Club for only $18. Members receive 4 ticket vouchers, a t-shirt, a coupon for free large pizza, and other exclusive merchandise. For more info on the Junior Angels Kids Club presented by Papa John's, go to angels.com/juniorangels. Seems like there's quite a few little angels tonight out here at the Big A. Final game of the homestand.
So far, a pretty productive homestand. Trying to finish it off on a positive note before going down to Texas later on tonight.
Both teams scheduled to arrive in the Lone Star State around 5 a.m. Oakland playing the Astros beginning tomorrow. The Angels facing the Rangers. Their second meeting of the season.
Good slow curveball, 73-mile-an-hour curveball from Nolasco. See the speed range. Best fastball 94, slowest curveball at 72.
Reaching for it.
Good splitter.
2 down. We talk feel quite a bit with pitchers, and he's got it going tonight.
Yeah, we're talking about 22-mile-an-hour differential between his best fastball and slowest curveball. But he's also mixed in quite a few good split finger fastballs today, go along with his slider. So you mentioned feel, all 4 pitches, a good feel for it, along with 2 different type of fastballs, 2-seam and 4-seam fastball.
I think Jed Lowry has seen 2 pitches tonight, lined out to center in the first, doubled off the wall in the 4th. Sack at first pitch again.
That splitter, the first time where he didn't get on top of that baseball from Nolasco. .82 pitches, 54 strikes for Ricky tonight.
Just off the plate.
Much better on that one, just a little bit off the corner.
Two balls, two strikes with 2 outs. Halo scoring twice in the first. Oakland getting a run in the fourth, and that's been it so far.
Well, just missed off the inside part of the plate. 92-mile-an-hour fastball. You would think that outer part is open for a splitter if he goes down and away.
Payoff pitch, and he walked him. But fastball. 2-out walk puts a man on for Chris Davis.
Left fielder, number 2, Chris Davis.
Davis with fly ball to center to strike out. Off the plate. Looks like there's some action starting up in the A's bullpen, which is interesting. Unless maybe Kendall Graveman felt something.
Or they might have him on a pitch count coming back from that 10-day DL.
Graveman making that unassisted double play at the top of the inning, or the bottom of the last inning, I should say.
Yeah, it was checked out quite a bit of time there after that tag on Pennington.
And also with a tight game. Angels have 2, 3, 4 coming up at Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols.
All three with good career numbers against Graveman. Charles Nagy going to call down to the Angels bullpen, it looks like now. Dangerous count against Chris Davis. Maybe sitting fastball now.
Got it. Holds it foul.
The good thing about that fastball, though, from Nolasco, that had some good movement, late movement. Started away, ran down and in. Although that's a dangerous spot against Davis, that fastball in the inner half, especially down.
You better make sure it's in off the plate, right?
Yeah, because he is quick on inner half of the plate.
Three balls and a strike. Ricky got the first 2 outs quickly. Then they prolonged at bat, resulting in a walk, and now a 3-1 count on Davis. Dropped down a little.
Yes, he
did. A little Laredo action.
Yes, he did. Boy, good move. That pitch started off the plate and then runs back and get the lower part of the strike zone outside corner. As a hitter, you're freezing. You don't see that from Ricky Nolasco often.
Chrome playing behind Lowry at first. He's going to take off. He does. 3-2. And they wanted an appeal. Did not go. So back-to-back walks with 2 outs here. Nagy's going to come out and pay a visit. And Yonder Alonso coming up.
See if he indeed crossed the plate. No question again, that's twice now tonight where that call has not been made. We've seen that quite a bit so far this year on the check swing, and see how far that bat went beyond the plate.
Parker about ready to go. Dangerous hitter in Alonso has been red hot. Picked up an RBI single in the 4th. 14th RBI. He's the team leader in that category. Oh, good off-speed pitch, and the backswing clanks Gratterall right in the head.
Seen that a couple times already in this homestand. Right on the top of the head and helmet of Gratterall. Alonso chasing that pitch on the follow-through on the swing. Alonso tried to hold him up right away just to make sure he was okay.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Got away with that. You could see by the reaction for Ricky Nolasco after he threw that baseball. And a hit of the count 0-2 now. Probably last batter of the game for Nolasco. See if he can get through there, no damage.
Yeah, the at bat or the plate appearance for Lowry kind of nixed any shot of trying to come back out for the 7th.
Especially after getting pushed back a few days in between starts.
Lowry at second, Davis at first, 0-2. Trying to get him to chase. Just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
About a half a baseball off the outside corner. 92-mile-an-hour fastball with good late movement. What if he goes back to that split?
Fastball danger zone.
And a pretty good swing at it too. Gratterall setting up away. Pretty much the heart of the plate. That's a time now as a catcher when you want to make sure that this pitch is nowhere near that part of the plate, middle part. You want to go a little bit further off the outside corner and set that target up. Just make sure your pitcher hits his spot.
Off speed, ground ball, right side. Pennington to the backhand, has it go off his gloves. Simmons fires back to third, and Lowry's able to get back there. So they're loaded up. It's an error on Pennington.
The ground ball in that outfield grass on the backhand. Looked up to see the throw to second before getting it in the glove. Simmons on that. Little pump fake though. Might have had him a chance right away at third base, but instead bases loaded, hoping that Parker could get through, no damage.
Pitching change here in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Blake Parker coming on with the bases loaded with the Angels up 2-1.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid. Go the distance with 84 mpg and a 566 total driving range. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by GMC.
We're still in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Velasco walked back-to-back hitters, and now Pennington making an error that loads them up. Ricky's done after 98 pitches, 5 2/3, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 hits allowed. It's Blake Parker on in relief. He's facing Ryan Healy with the bases loaded. Parker pitching his 12th game, 10 1/3 innings, 17 strikeouts. He could use another one here. Healy's 1 for 2 with a single.
'94, a fastball from Parker.
Time called.
Boy, back-to-back 94-mile-an-hour fastballs. I think Healy's on that one. Ricky Nolasco looking on. Very solid outing for him tonight. 5 2/3.
Oh, 2. Got him swinging. Down goes Healy on a fastball upstairs. The A's leave him loaded. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Angels still up 2-1.
And now it's time for the Unlimited Baseball Break, brought to you by T-Mobile. Trey Turner, what a series he had in Colorado. 3 hits or more for 3 straight games, 10 for 17. Tanaka outduels Chris Sale on 3-hit shutout. And the big story around Major League Baseball going back to Trey Turner. Just a couple of nights ago, hit for the cycle. And then the very next night was a triple away from hitting for the cycle again. Mentioned 10 hits, driving the ball to all fields. Tremendous speed, playing shortstop this season for the Nationals. Putting up some great numbers in Washington so far this season. Really putting up some good numbers. Win again in Colorado, 16-6 for the Nationals.
Dropping an 11th spot in that 7th inning.
That's a pretty good inning, though.
Yeah, and it was a close game. All of a sudden, blew up on it. Graveman's still in there. Although Madsen ready to go if necessary. Calhoun, Trout, and Pujols for the Angels here in the 6th. Cole over 2, a fly ball to center and a ground ball to first. 2 strikeouts, no walks, 6 hits allowed for Graveman. This one toward the end of the bat. Alonso, long ranging move to the right. Graveman's able to get the foot on the bag for the first out.
Going back to my Hyundai key for this game for the Angels to be successful. After a nice play by Alonso. Hang tough, especially against that running fastball. And some pretty good swings. An opportunity last inning to add on, but certainly Trout in the first inning with a double scored on Albert's single. Albert scored on a double. C.J. Cron taking advantage of that moving fastball when it's not located where it needed to be for Graveman. By the way, perfect technique by Graveman covering the base. A lot of times you'll see a pitcher just run over there out of control to the base, but he got to the base and then stretched out to be able to be in position to catch that throw from Alonso. So if you're a youngster, that's exactly what you do as a pitcher. Get towards the base first and then stretch.
John jumping on that first one, fouls it back. Mike's 1 for 2 with a double and a pop-up.
Just 77 pitches for Graveman so far here into the 6th, but again, you're going to see that a lot. He throws a lot of first pitch fastballs for strikes. 53 strikes in his 77 pitches.
Called strike 3. Trout goes down looking for out number 2.
Runs this fastball very similar to location that was not called in the first inning against Trout before doubling down the line, scoring the first run of the game.
Albert with an RBI single and a fly ball to right. Yanked foul.
An all-time hit list tied Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson for 47th all-time now with 2,848 hits. Harold Bain next up on that list.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Kendall Graveman with 3 strikeouts now. 1 unassisted double play. He strikes out. Albert looking on a pitch that seemed to be a little bit low. 6 complete. Angels still up 2-1.
The 7th. Now let's take a look at the showstopper around the majors. Carpenter, bases loaded. J.P. Howell on the mound in the 11th. A walk-off grand slam for Matt Carpenter's 3rd home run. First walk-off grand slam of 2017 around the majors. St. Louis ended up playing a doubleheader against the Blue Jays, winning both today.
David Hernandez takes over on the mound for Blake Parker. This will be his 3rd appearance since being acquired in a trade with the Atlanta Braves. Pitched Tuesday against the A's, went 1 inning and 2 strikeouts through a total of 16 pitches. Oakland here, the 7th, has the bottom 3rd of its order up. Plouffe, Fegley, and Rosales. Parker went 1/3 of an inning, striking out Ryan Healy with a base loaded 6th.
That's now 18 strikeouts in 10 2/3 innings pitched for Blake Parker.
Plouffe tonight 0 for 2. Struck out in the 2nd, grounded out in the 5th. Went around with a breaking ball, down goes Plouffe, 1 away.
Hernandez has been throwing his slider. Just started throwing that during the winter time. I was talking to him yesterday about it. So he's getting more and more comfortable throwing that pitch. Great spot, especially getting ahead of the count.
Hernandez now 31 years of age. Last year with Philadelphia, pitched 70 games.
And that's that slider, though, on occasion. He said that he's still trying to make sure he gets a feel for that. That stayed up middle part of the plate, a dangerous spot.
Fegley pops it up. Pennington calling for it. 2 down. MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Angels baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Angels home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Two quick outs to start the 7th. And here comes Adam Rosales. Shortstop struck out twice against Alaska. Got it over to third. Escobar's got it. Take that quick inning for David Hernandez. Stretch time here at the Big A. Halos on top 2-1. Probables for the series against the Texas Rangers. Tyler Skaggs will get the start tomorrow night against Nick Martinez, and Jesse Chavez, Yu Darvish on Saturday. JC Ramirez and Martin Perez going on Sunday.
Yeah, Chavez has thrown the ball well. Middle part of that series against Darvish is Kendall Graveman now done. Solid effort once again. He's pitched well throughout his career versus the Angels.
Ryan Madsen takes over on the mound for Kendall Graveman as Crone leads things off. Madsen pitching in his 10th game, 0-2 record, a 2.25 ERA, 9 strikeouts and a walk, 8 innings of work. Couple hits tonight for CJ. An RBI double in the first, a single in the fourth.
Nice play in the stands. Some high fives. Kept it in front.
That's using the body. Chopper to short. One down. Andrelton Simmons 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a double play ball.
By the way, good to see C.J. Cron swinging the bat well. We know he loves hitting down there in Arlington. Some good swings in this game.
Simmons punching one to right field. Joyce is there. 2 down. Here comes Ben Revere. Oakland in the 8th has the top of its order coming up. Decker, Joyce, and Lowry. Lefty, lefty, and then switch hitter. The Angels have left-hander Jose Alvarez getting ready.
Clippers big game 6. Needing that one. Put it all together for the Clippers. That run against the Utah Jazz.
Revere 1 for 2 with a single. Healy in on the grass at third.
He's trying to get on base and create some havoc here for Ben Revere.
Gonzalez up and firing. Handles down in order. We head to the 8th inning with the Angels clinging to a 1-run lead.
Into the game as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Angels hanging on to a 2-1 lead over the Oakland Athletics, looking for the 3-game sweep here tonight as we welcome you back outside of the big game. And don't forget, following this one, it's all about Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Myself, Jose Mota, Alex Curry. We'll take a closer look at Ricky Nolasco's performance tonight after being pushed back a couple days in the rotation, and a couple hit streaks remain alive for the Halos. Mike Trout now at 11, Albert Pujols at 7, and of course we'll look ahead to the upcoming road trip. That and much more on the post-game show, but right now we send it back inside to Victor and Mark, guys.
Nice line, Frenchie, as Jose Alvarez takes over on the mound here at the top of the order coming up for Oakland. Alvarez pitching in his 12th game, no record, pardon me, an 0-1 record with a 2.70 ERA, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 6 2/3 innings. He pitched Tuesday, gave up the home run to Josh Fegley to a total of 18 pitches. A little surprised to see him in here, considering David Hernandez had a very quick 7th inning.
Yeah, when you think about the type of pitches he was throwing, spotted it well, but with back, you have Matt Joyce on deck, and now a pinch hitter.
Ryan LeMaire,
former Angel in spring training.
Hayes just acquired him. 28-year-old from Michigan. Swings through the first one. That's big league time with Cincinnati back in 2015. 6 games last year with the Red Sox. Signed with the Angels during the offseason as a free agent. Had a good spring, too. Angels needed a 40-man spot, took him off, and eventually traded him to Oakland.
They got it with some pretty good power, good speed. Very important for Alvarez to keep him off the bases.
Good off-speed pitch. 1-2.
What we saw in spring training from Lamar was the fact that he was very good on a fastball, but pulls off on an off-speed pitch. That's exactly what Alvarez threw him there. A good changeup.
Swing and a miss. Down he goes for out number 1.
Back-to-back really good changeups for Jose Alvarez to get a swing and miss. Out in front, unable to make contact. You see that circle changeup? He's able to turn over the changeup and get a swing and miss.
I haven't seen a changeup turned over like that since Jared Weaver had to work it.
Oh, yes.
That, you talk about explosion at the plate. Just out of nowhere. Here's Joyce. Takes a strike. One ball, one strike. Joyce tonight 0 for 3. 3 ground ball outs to the right side. Now there's Penny. Breaking it up.
Yes. Fastball upstairs, could not hold off on the swing. Penny.
Jerry Lane. Jerry Penny Lane? No.
Yes.
Not feeling it?
I feel it.
We should just call him Little Penny.
He's a big fella. He might not like that one.
Two. Ground ball toward third. Backhanded by Escobar. Wow. Throw again. Pulls Crone off the bag, but CJ is able to apply the tag. 2 down.
That was a tough in-between hop and played well by Escobar, but then when you see him get that little crow hop to throw over the first base, that seems to be the time when that elbow is dropped. You see the little crow hop, and then he gets himself in throwing position, drops the elbow, and that baseball runs in towards the runner again. The glove been very good for Escobar this season, but the throws, especially when he's had time, quite a few of them sailed from him.
2 outs, nobody on. Lowry spins around to hit from the right side. Lowry tonight with a double and a walk. 1 for 2. 3-1 countdown with Chris Davis on deck.
Yeah, you want Chris Davis to be leading off the 9th inning. You don't want him batting here in the 8th.
Ground ball to third. Escobar once again.
Good throw.
1, 2, 3 inning for Jose Alvarez. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th inning. 8, 9, and 1 coming up. 2-1 Angels. By the score of 2-1. 8, 9, and 1 coming up. Take a look at the in-game box score for the Halos. Total of 6 hits. C.J. Cron with a multi-hit game.
Albert Pujols with another hit and an RBI. Now 16th all-time on the RBI list.
Daniel Kulo comes into the game. Pennington, Gratterall, and Escobar. Ground ball towards second.
And now it's time to take a look at the top tier play brought to you by Arco back in the 5th inning. Angels first and third, no outs. Graveman fielding his position. Not only field his position, does the run down perfectly, runs back. Ben Revere is able to apply a tag and not allow him to get into a longer rundown to allow Cliff Pennington to get the third. The tag there and then the tag on Pennington. The unassisted double play by Kendall Graveman.
The first unassisted double play by an A's pitcher since Blue Moon Oda back in 1971.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, Blue Moon was here.
Yes, he was.
Before the game for batting practice. Gratterall 0 for 2.
So in other words, it only happens once in a blue moon.
I just teed it up for you.
Yes.
I was just waiting. Gratterall shoots one out to right, slicing away from Joyce, and he'll make the catch. 2 down.
Matt Joyce looked like he was running in, thought it might have been the third out, but just wanted to make sure everyone was well aware of that. It was only 2. There's Blue Moon.
Yep.
Always with a smile on his face.
Finished his career in 1976. 84 and 85 in his career. Yunel hitless tonight, 0 for 3. Oakland in the ninth has Chris Davis, Yonder Alonso, Ryan Healy due up 4, 5, and 6. Bud Norris getting ready. Filling in for the injured Cam Bedrosian. Sharply hit into left field. Escobar sniffing extra bases, and he will get in there with a 2-out double. Well, that snaps a 1 for 28 for you now. That's got to feel so good.
Oh, especially when you swinging there, getting the green light. You to see that from your manager to give you that green light, stay back, and then lines that one right to left field to pick up a double. 4th double of the season, in scoring position now for Cole Calhoun. Lines that one, cut off though by Davis, but no chance to make a throw as Escobar has to feel good with that swing.
So Cole gets an opportunity with a man in scoring position. The Angels could use some insurance. It's a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Cole 0 for 3. Fly ball and 2 ground balls to first base.
What we've seen of late from Cole, starting to get that swing together. The big night last night. He picked up 3 hits. He's been able to drive the ball the other way also.
Caught the inside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Double by Escobar, the 7th hit for the Angels tonight. Action now in the A's pen. This one skied towards shallow center. Lamar comes in. Halos are done here in the 8th. We head to the 9th inning. Bud Norris coming on to try to close it out for the Angels, up 2-1.
Those 2 runs coming back in the first inning on 3 straight 2-out hits. Oakland getting their run of the 4th on a 2-out hit of their own. That was Yonder Alonso scoring Jed Lowry. And that's where we stand right now as Bud Norris takes over on the mound. 3 saves on the season. Pitched on Wednesday. That was yesterday. 1 inning, 2 strikeouts, and 11 total pitches. He gets Chris Davis, Yonder Alonso, and Ryan Healy for Oakland here tonight.
Saw some good velocity on this fastball last night. 94, 95. Good cut fastball, curveball. Change up also from Bud Norris.
Chris Davis to lead things off. 1 for 5 in his career against Bud. 3 strikeouts. Davis tonight 0 for 2. Did draw a walk in the 6th inning. He also made a fine defensive play earlier in the game in left field, robbing Revere of extra bases. First one.
It's a good cut fastball to start off this at bat.
Oh, what?
And right back with that cutter again.
Last night, Norris faced Lowry, Healy, and Davis. Strikeout of Davis looking. Breaking ball gets him. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. 1 down.
Great location throughout that at bat for Bud Norris to get his swing and miss against a dangerous hitter in Chris Davis. This time the more conventional slider going down and away. A couple cut fastballs. See that rotation, the spin of a slider going down and away. Big swing and miss. All 3 of those pitches pretty close to the same spot.
Alonso 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI single. He's 1 for 5 in his career against Bud Norris. Three infielders on the right side. As you take a look at the defensive alignment, Escobar stays near third. Good fastball. Almost had a little tail action too.
That one at 96. And what I saw in spring training for Bud, and he said he was trying to do so, really pushing off on that back leg to create better leverage and get better velocity on his fastball by dropping and driving, using that pitching rubber to push off.
All words that make you happy.
Yes, the old drop and drive.
Grinning ear to ear. 1-2.
Came right back in. That one at 97. Stay away.
They want an appeal. Jerry.
Yeah, he's back to Jerry on that one.
There you go, Jerry.
Yeah, he held up.
Hello, Jerry.
What's that? You're a Newman impersonation?
Full count. 1 out. Healy on deck. Payoff pitch. Ooh, just got a piece of it. RBI that Alonso picked up in the fourth, his 14th of the season. They wanted an appeal. Did not go. One out walk puts a man on, and it's Ryan Healy coming to the plate.
Another pretty close call here. Held up again.
Healy 1 for 3, had a single back in the second, struck out his last time up. That was with the bases loaded. Like Parker came into the game to replace Nolasco, got that big strikeout. That's out toward right field. Cole has to race back and will make the catch. 2 down. Alonso back to first.
An important second out here in the 9th inning. And now it's time for the Land Rover above and beyond player of the game. C.J. Cron. Big game today, 2 hits, including an RBI double. Back in that first inning, scoring Albert Pujols all the way from first base. Very solid defensively also tonight for the Angels for C.J. Cron.
Stephen Vogt's come out. He's going to pinch hit for Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe finishes the night going 0 for 3. Vogt on the season, .222 batting average, 4 doubles, a home run, 3 RBIs. Had the night off tonight with Fegley getting the start behind the plate. Vogt last night had a 1 for 4 game with a base hit. Alonso at first, tying run with 2 outs. Taylor was trying to complete the sweep of the A's before heading off to Arlington to take on the Rangers tomorrow night. Oh, and 1. Ground ball back to the mound. Norris flips it to Cron. Light that baby up as the Angels finish a sweep of the Oakland Athletics tonight. The final 2-1.
Great game by C.J. Cron. The pitching once again. We talked about that in the opening. The starters, Ricky Nolasco, solid. But Norris picking up another save, 4th save. Angels win another close one. Now 12 of the 24 games for the Angels this season have been decided by 1 run. They're 8-4 in those games, 7-1 here at the Big A on those 1-run games. Now 12-12 on the season with that win here today. The sweep back to that 500 mark before going down to Texas.
And another good start as well for a starting pitcher for the Angels. Ricky Nolasco went 5 2/3 tonight. Gave up 3 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Ended up picking up his second to win. He's now 2-2 on the season. Norris, back-to-back games, picking up the save. That's his 4th save of the year. So overall, a good homestand for the Angels. They finish it at 5-2 after splitting the 4-game set against Toronto. And the trek throughout the American League West continues as they will go to Texas for 3 and then on to Seattle for the first visit to Safeco Field beginning on Tuesday night. C.J. Cron, a big game with a couple of hits. It's nice to see him get it going, especially early on. The Angels needed those 2 runs in the first, and they made it stand up. C.J.'s down on the field with our own Alex Curry. Alex.
C.J., 4 straight wins and a series sweep for this team. Another close one. You struck early. What was the key to holding on to that lead?
I mean, the pitchers did a great job. We scored a couple early, and they put up zeros the rest of the way. So when they're throwing the ball like that, we're going to be successful.
This is your first game since Sunday, a multi-hit game for you. You were swinging the bat well. What have you been working on with Dave Hansen these last few days?
Just trying to get comfortable. That's 90% of hitting is be comfortable in the box. And hopefully I found something, and hopefully we can keep winning. So it was a good series.
And another solid defensive game for you. How much fun is it to be playing behind a guy like Ricky Nolasco when he's getting a lot of ground ball outs?
Yeah, it's great. He has great tempo out there. We know the ball's going to be hit and play, and we're ready. And we're ready to make plays behind him, so it was good.
Well, congrats on the win and have fun on the road.
All right, thank you.
The Angels make it 4 straight here at home as a series sweep against the Oakland A's. But stick around for Angels Live with Kent French and Jose Mota coming up next right here on Fox Sports West.